Good morning. My name is George Hwaku. This is an examination-based contact class for 2018 on the subject history policing in Namibia. The scope that we are going to look at is that my introduction, aims of the contact class, why do we have this contact class, structure of the examination, the continuous assessment, calculation of the marks on the continuous assessment, examination preparation, and tips. And then we'll conclude. Now, as I said, I'm George Hwaku. I have a BTech degree in forensic investigation obtained from UNISA. Have relevant experience as a police officer of about 25 years. That was with the Namibian police. You would also find more other credentials of what I have been doing throughout my police career and positions held. You can have that to go through the presentation and see that by yourselves. We're not going to go deeper into it. Then currently I'm with the Bank of Namibia, the FIC, and has been with them since 4 years ago. Now, going into the aims of this contact class, why do we have this contact class? To prepare you for examinations that are due in 2018, to have the best possible change for you to do well, to discuss the structure of your assignments, explain continuous assessments and calculations of these marks, and then give you basic tips on what you should be doing during your assignment and your examination. The structure of the examination paper is that it consists of 4 main questions, which has got sub-questions. The total points are usually 120 on the subject. You may be required to answer 1 or 2 questions. In example, choose between question 4.1 and 4.2. Those would be sub-questions. Question marks on the examination paper may range between 3 to 25 points. You may also be expected to discuss, summarize, outline, define, list, and or analyze specific matters. And questions in this examination will be coming from the study guide provided by IOL. The inclusion of the continuous assessment and calculation of marks in this presentation is to ensure that you as a student take examination marks seriously and align your studies accordingly. The duration of examinations is 2.5 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes, written of marks, 100 marks. A final pass mark of 50 is required, calculated by 60 of the examination mark and 40% of the continuous assessment mark. A sub minimum of 50% must be attained in the examination. For example, if you look at the slide, suppose assignment continuous assessment mark is 50. Your examination is also 50. That would be calculated as 40% of 50, which is 20. It's 50 times 40 over 100. And then 60% of 50 equals 30. And it's calculated at 50 times 60 divided by 100. The final mark then would be 50 marks. The setting and marking of the examination papers are moderated. A few tips for you during the examination. Write clearly and legible. It should be readable. Structure your answers through headings and numbers and a logical sequence. If we say structure your answer through headings and numbers, that means, you can't write a whole paragraph and expect for someone to look for specific points out of it. Number it accordingly. If the numbering is given by the exam on the exam paper, number it accordingly, or put other numbering, but please structure it. so that it has logical flow. Make sure that your student number and all details as requested are written correctly on the answer sheet. Write in blue or black, it doesn't matter. Cheating in the examination will result in a failing grade. Serious steps will be taken against individuals who disturb an examination session. Please refrain from dumping relevant and irrelevant facts at the same time, as you may lose valuable points. That way, although you should be able to put your own wording into it, it should be clear that there's indication of what the question was asked for that is coming from the guide. So please refrain from dumping irrelevant facts with relevant facts. For the assignment preparations, no unauthorized material, technical devices may be brought into the exam location or be in your possession. Should you be responsible for all the disturbing or irregularities during the writing of examinations, the head of examination invigilator will collect your answering sheet and evidence. You will be requested to write a declaration of an incident as it happened. The answering script, evidence and declaration will be submitted to the irregularity committee for verification. No examination marks will count for your particular subject. You will be suspended for about 12 months or 2 consecutive examination sessions. It is an infringement of the examination regulation to assist or try to assist another student, so please do not do that. Cell phones must be switched off. You may not leave the examination room during the first 30 minutes. Please remain during the last 50 minutes of the examination session. A late arrival of 30 minutes after the start of the examination will result in a no turn-up. You may not be allowed into the examination. You are reminded that the question paper answering sheet book is the property of IOL and you may not keep it, you may not take it along, so you will hand it in. Should you need additional paper to write on, ask the invigilator that is present. Please remember that answers on any other document than the answering script will not be considered for marking. Please do your rough work in the paper or on the exam pad. You must sign the checklist before leaving the examination room. Smoking and eating not permitted. Do not dive into writing first. Please read your questions before you answer them. For questions with 20 marks, write at least 1.5 pages and more, not half of a page for 20 mark student. With this, it is indicated that you should actually make sure that you look at the marks allocated and accordingly look at the answer that you're giving. I mean, you can't give me 10 marks whilst the question says you need to give 20 marks, 10 marks, and then you expect to be given 20 marks unless otherwise stated. Now, the scope of the work that you have in the history of policing is that first of all, the first excellent learning outcome is the historic development of the police force, the development of the force in South Africa, and a brief history of the Namibian police force. In example, the policing developments as practiced by the various leaders, that these are now parts of what you need to look at and what you need to concentrate on, as set out here. The Roman Emperor, etc., 6 stages. The history and development of policing has gone through over time individual responsibilities of police, events after amalgamation that resulted in the police being unable to fulfill their functions, the establishment of the Namibian police force and its development over time, origin of the common law and its practice during ancient time, the systematic policing systems, the Order of Winchester systems of the collective behavior and how it developed over time. No Henry Fielding, Dr. Patrick Colquhoun, and Sir Robert Peel as successful contributors or famous pioneers in establishment of policing, the formal way of policing, unorganized quasi-policing, organized policing. These are all things that you need to look at. the historic background of policing in Namibia, types of transgressions, important phases in development of South Africa, specific lessons from modern policing by the Order of Winchester, systematic policing systems. And the marching order, the High Constable, the bailiffs, how King Henry transformed the legislation. These are all the areas that you need to look at and concentrate. By conclusion, these are the basic tips that I'm giving to you. 1 fact, 1 mark. Please, if you give me 1 fact, expect 1 mark. Framework of exam investigations require that you know and understand all concepts, the techniques, number your facts or use bullet points. Avoid dumping relevant, irrelevant facts simultaneously, as I've already explained. If you expect me to look for points for you, that's not possible. You have to give me facts so that I can look at them. In example, writing 20 facts instead of 10 may result in only first fact. Yeah, at the same time that you basically give me 20 marks, are supposed to give me 20 marks for 20 points for 20 marks. In the same vein, if you only need to state 10, remain with 10. Don't give me 20, because what will happen is if you give me explanation of 10 facts in the beginning and your facts of the whole question is based in the last 10, it may result in you losing points because marks will be allocated to the first 10. Again, don't dump irrelevant facts with relevant facts. Follow the instructions closely. Use your best handwriting. Short questions may be included. And I'm wishing you the best with your assignment and examination preparations. Please, if you do not understand something during your assignment or any time during your studies, you're more than welcome to contact me on the given number. Usually it's better to send me an email, though you can call me and alert me on that you sent me an email. It is advisable that you send me an email so that I can respond to you in writing. Because at times I may be busy during the day and may find time later to address your issue. Therefore, it's important for you to write the email to me and perhaps alert me by SMS or a call that you did indeed send me a message. Thank you very much.